So I found this 8 1/4 circular metal case, which would be perfect for my project to store all 5 of my blades. And rather than have it in this plastic case here, I would really like to have something a little bit more compact, and having it compact enough so where I could just carry it around. So I really don't want this to be moving around like that, and then it could start dulling the blade. So what I need to do is find something to hold saw blades in the circular area here so it won't just jump up and down. And what I did find was these dollar store lights. And these lights are about 99 cents. And they usually last about a season, so you have a lot of these stakes in. So what I'm going to do is make this fit just like that, slide it down. As you notice that it's not a perfect fit, so I'm going to mark it first, and then use a chisel to cut off the excess so it's fit perfectly. So what I'm doing is with the chisel, just smoothly just shaving little by little off this. So I did start it. And then once you get the ideal size, it should slip in just like that. Now for the bottom, what I want to do is cut it flush, so that way I could glue it down into the middle of the can. And what I'm going to use is some wire clippers and just start cutting it. Oop, and that worked better than I thought. And I'm just going to sand this flush down. So I'm going to first chisel it smooth. So it makes my sanding a lot easier. And then I'm going to just sand it down. Just make sure you rotate it around. And the reason why you want a flat base is that you're going to glue the bottom end to the metal can. And that should do it. So what I'm going to do is glue this right in the center, just like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this so it'll fit perfectly in here. And all I'm going to do is get my chisel and just mark where I need to cut. So I'm going to cut it right there, and probably use either a hacksaw, just make it a smooth cut. So now there you see it, it's been cut, and I kind of measure it up. So when you do cut it, I would probably suggest you probably do 1 millimeter or so, a little bit higher, because it's easier to sand it down. If you make it too short, it's harder to try to fix it. You probably have to start all over again. So all I'm going to do, get the sandpaper again. I'm sure you guys all know how to sand. Just rotate it around, give it that nice, clean, professional look that all your friends will say, that is so cool. And I'm going to round off the edges a little bit, so that way it'll be a smoother fit. So now once I cut it all up, you still see a little burrs. I'm going to just use a lighter to just kind of get rid of it. Don't leave it on too long or else you'll melt the plastic. Just gently tap it down. And then here's the end result. Looks pretty cool. And I'm going to test fit it. So that's going to be the center. I'll put it in a box. Touch the tap in the middle. And it doesn't protrude too much. So to me, that works great. To glue in the centerpiece, I'm going to use some epoxy. And it's a 50-50 mixture. So not too much, because you don't need that much. So that should be good for half of it. And you kind of guess about how much to put in. So what you have to do is you mix them together and make sure they turn to a grayish color. So this stuff is actually really great because it holds really well. I'm going to just put it on the bottom and just find a center. And you could use one of these plastic sheets that came inside with the saw blades and just place it over and just wiggle it around until it is centered, like that, and just let the glue dry. Should take about maybe an hour or so, but I will probably wait at least 3 hours to make sure it's firmly secure. The blade I bought came with these plastic shields, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use it as a base and put both of them down and lay that next. I also made these cardboard sheet protectors, and what they're going to do is that they're going to go in between each of the blades, kind of like a sandwich, so that way it'll protect the blades from hitting each other and perhaps making them dull. So just insert the blades like that, shield. The last thing I did was add some styrofoam on the cover, so that way it'll protect the blade from hitting against the top. And then what you do is just insert it in, and voila! I have a nice 7 1/4 inch blade holder.